Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volunteer State Community College. We're on the campus here in Gallatin, Tennessee for today's game one of the three-game series between the Columbia State Chargers and the Volunteer State Pioneers. This is Tim Reese. You are listening to the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. Today is the third week of the conference series. Columbia State comes in with a 3-2 conference record. They have a 7-11 overall record, playing game number 19 of the year for VolState, or for Columbia State. VolState playing game number 17. They're 12-4 overall, 2-3 in conference play. And last year, the Chargers put it to the Pioneers, defeating VolState all three games that they played. Pioneers looking to get back on track against the team that finished second place in the conference last year. They were 20-7 in conference play, 34-16 overall. Head coaches meeting with our umpires. Jim McGuire in the red is in his fourth year with VolState, 37th year overall as a head coach. Desi Ammons is in his third year at Columbia State as the head coach. He has 9 total years. He's assisted by Patrick Barrett in his second year. Athletic director of Columbia State, Katie Willingham. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visitors from Columbia, Tennessee, down to Columbia State. Hudson Miles will lead off and play shortstop. Batting second is the right fielder, Jackson Riedling. Batting third, left fielder, Cade Hitson. Clint Seymour, or Hitson will play left, bat third. Clint Seymour is the third baseman. He'll hit cleanup. Arturo Rodriguez batting fifth, playing first base. Big John Carter, the DH, batting sixth. The former Pioneer. Tyler Jenkins in center field, batting seventh. Derek Valentin is the catcher. He'll hit eighth. And batting ninth, second baseman Michael McClellan. On the mound for the Chargers, left-handed sophomore Jake Carden. Now for the Pioneers, Drew Plummer leads off, plays second base. Reed Mashinsky will bat second, playing right field. Easton Denning plays first base. He'll hit third. Gage Hoover's the cleanup batter. He'll play left field. Behind the plate is Scotty Dean hitting fifth. Devin Thrain out in center field in the sixth spot. Carson Sanders is the DH. He'll bat seventh. Hudson Blank down at third base, batting eighth, and Brady Nepper will play shortstop and bat ninth. And on the mound for the Pioneers, his fifth start of the year, Eben Hansen, 6'2", 190-pound sophomore from Maynardville, Tennessee, attended Union County High School. He's the 2023 TBCA 2A Player of the Year. Transfer from King University. He's a general studies major. To get into construction science once he moves on to four-year school. He's the son of Carl and Jane Hansen, and he has a sister, Neely. It's just a few years older than him. And then he has a host of people rooting for him all the way from Maynardville to Mount Juliet. That is Grammy, Aunt Betty, Aunt Carol, Pap, and Mimi, all from Maynardville. And here in Mount Juliet, Courtney is the mother of Baker and Palmer, 6-year-old and 4-year-old. They go to Mount Juliet Christian, and they are Eben's cousins. They'll be rooting for Eb, as some of them call him, today, as he will be pitching in the 9-inning contest, as he will get the game one start. Thanks for joining me on the beautiful, sunny but windy day here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Desi Ammons, the head coach for the Columbia State Chargers, a couple of years ago was a co-head coach after longtime coach Mike Korn left to go to Walter State. I can't remember the name of the other coach. He was another young coach like Desi. Desi's a former catcher at Belmont University, also played at Columbia State. Fine young man, and I told him before the game I root for him every weekend except this weekend. He understands that. Columbia State had a fantastic year last year. A little bit of a slower start this year, although they are 3-2. Defeated Dyersburg State at Dyersburg State in 2 games. That was the first week of the year, and most teams only got 2 games in that first series, and then lost 2 games to Cleveland State, winning 1 last weekend. So come in with a 3-2 record. VolState split the first 2 games with Chattanooga State here in Gallatin week 1, and last weekend down at Southwest Tennessee. Lost game 1 and game 3. Big comeback to win game 2, being down 8-1 after 2 innings, and ended up having to come back twice. They came all the way back to tie the game 9-9. Then in the next half inning, Southwest scored 2 to go up 11-9, but then VolState on the back of Drew Plummer, who hit a 3-run home run to put the Pioneers up 13-11, rode that one on to victory. Then dropped game 3, 9-3. You can check the summaries, write-ups that I have just completed. And I'm not sure if they're on the website yet or not, but I've tried to do a summary of each of the series so far and email those to head coach Jim McGuire. He sends them on to administrative assistant Erica Malone, and she puts those up on the website. Appreciate her work in getting that information loaded. I think we got John Decker back again to take some pictures here today. I'm not sure if he'll be here for the series. The owner of the Tennessee Baseball Report, I believe is what it is. You'll see that. You can catch that on his X account or Twitter account. He does all things baseball here in Tennessee. There's another one. I believe it's Chris Denton that has another baseball Twitter page. I met him at the TBCA event, this annual event, a couple weeks ago. I think that was his name. I'm trying to see on X here if I can find him real quick. I'm not having any luck, but I thought I saw him tweet that he would be here for this weekend series as well. So I think he takes pictures, and he promotes baseball, high school, college, junior college. Appreciate all the folks that want to promote junior college baseball especially. Evan Hansen, 5 innings against Southwest Tennessee in that game 1. Did not figure into the decision. So we are having an extended home plate meeting with home plate umpire Johnny Lowry and base umpire Jake Wolf, who are the dynamic duo today. Hansen left that game last Saturday with the lead 4-1. Make that 4-2. Southwest Tennessee scored 7 runs in the 6th inning to take command of that game, going away with a 10-4 victory. Looks like we are about set for our national anthem as the meeting has concluded at home plate. We are about set for some baseball. Wind is approximately almost 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 30 miles an hour here in Middle Tennessee. So we'll see what happens as the Pioneers take the field We will take a break for our national anthem, and we will be back shortly. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
And Cooper Anderson says,
Play ball.
Play ball. Defense for the Pioneers, Gage Hoover in left field, Devin Thrain in center, Reed Mashinsky in right, Hudson Blank at third base, Brady Nepper at shortstop, Drew Plummer at second base, Easton Denning at first, and Scotty Dean behind the plate, catching sophomore transfer Eben Hansen. Comes in with an 0-1 record. This is his fifth appearance of the year. 15 in the third innings, giving up 10 hits, 7 runs they were earned. Walked 8, struck out 25 batters. That leads the club. He's given up 1 home run and plunked 4 batters as a 4.11 ERA, and that leads all Pioneer pitching who qualify with innings. Hudson Miles will lead off for the Chargers. Hudson is hitting .385. He's played in 17 of the 18 games, started 16 of those. One yesterday against Grand Rapids Community College was one he did not start but played in, and he takes a healthy cut the first pitch he sees at 2:02 Central and comes up empty. Game time temperature 70 to 67 degrees. Check swing fouled off, 67 on my phone, and I think it said 70 on, that's at a different location. Inside pitch. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up. This might be an adventure. Drew Plummer will give way to Brady Nepper, who catches it on the right field side of second base for out number 1. And a good start for Hansen. Jackson Riedling will step to the plate. First pitch is up. Riedling hitting .367. Played in 12 games, 11 starts. That's from the left side, swings and misses. 2 doubles, 10 RBIs for Riedling. He's a sophomore. From Franklin, Tennessee, Independence. That's where Mike McLaury is the head coach, the father of Jack McLaury. It will get a start probably in game 1 tomorrow. Hansen pitching from the stretch, 2-1 pitch. Turned that one over. I'm not sure if that was a changeup or not that let go, but it count goes 3 balls and a strike to the right fielder for Columbia State. 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. He's going to get on base with a freebie.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26,
That is Riedling's 5th walk of the year. Brings Cade Hitson to the plate. Another left-handed swinging hitter hitting .286. Looks at the first pitch that This is maybe up. He has played in all 18 games, started each one of those. Throw over to first. Riedling is back in time. Riedling has 3 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Does not go here, and there's a pitch right down the can for a called strike. Three doubles, a triple, a home run for Hitson. Has 11 RBIs. As Hansen will check again on Riedling, who reached on a walk with 1 out. Miles popped out to the shortstop, and Jackson Riedling walked, faked the throw, or faked the stolen base there. A check swing fouled off the Pioneers dugout. Desi Ammons, the third base coach. I don't have the name of that coach that's down there at first base. I met Cooper Anderson hollered out a couple coaches, but he wasn't showing up on their website as one of the coaches. He's obviously on their lineup card. Wind is blowing from center field out to right field. Throw over to first. Not in time. On deck, Clint Seymour, a freshman. He's having an excellent freshman year. Hoping to get an at-bat here. Check swing, and he did not hold up. That is a strikeout.
Now batting the third baseman, number 16, Clint Seymour.
Could be a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout. We might use them as the strikeout sponsor. Just met with Mary, one of the owners, this morning. Off-speed pitch misses low and outside. Appreciate their support of VolState baseball. Just picked up a check from her and gave it to Bobby Hudson, the athletic director here, and we are working on a sign for the outfield wall for Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. The full count 242 discipleship group met there this morning from 2 different groups from 8 o'clock to about 10:30. So we got us some Christian chicken this morning. Fastball just misses outside. Johnny Lowry behind home plate. Jake Wolf out on the bases. Johnny from Clarksville. I'm not sure where Senior Wolf is. High chopper to second. Plummer backs up. Gloves, throws sidearm over to Denning. And that retires Clint Seymour and retires the Chargers in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the first, was scheduled for 9. And you are listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Sports Network. Game time temperature was brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. I had to recheck to make sure that we had an accurate reading. I was reading one from Millington that I had left up there from last week on one of the weather apps that I use, but it's 67 degrees here in Gallatin, and it is very windy. Let's see, the wind is a little bit less than it was down in Memphis, 14 to 24 miles an hour, coming Says, I think, out of the southwest. Drew Plummer will lead off for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the first. Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, Easton Denning to face Jake Carden. Carden, a sophomore from Pulaski, Tennessee, delivers ball one. 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. Giles County High School. This is his fourth start of the year. There's a ground ball sharply hit, backhanded by McClellan on the dive, and throws on to Rodriguez at first to retire Plum. That ball was spanked. McClellan, a couple steps and a dive. Made a nice play there. The 5'8" from Murfreesboro, Riverdale. Redshirt sophomore Reed Mashinsky steps to the plate. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Breaking pitch misses outside. You're going to have to just tell me, Alec. Okay. Is the camera working? Okay. Then won't worry about it. We got 4 cameras. Tried to get that 5th camera out in center field to work, but it's just not working. Reed Mashinsky at a 2-1 count, and that's a fastball that comes back, but just misses inside. The count goes 3 balls and a strike. Easton Denning is on deck. Mashinsky, 6'3", 175-pound. General studies major. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be gloved by Hudson Miles, and he throws on to first. And there's 2 ground outs in the bottom of the first inning. Miles, a sophomore in his second year at Columbia State. Prepped at Goodpasture High School, won a championship. I believe that was his junior year. They won the championship. They lost, I think, his senior year in the championship game. Easton Denning stands in, lefty on lefty matchup. Checking the stats for Miles. He has not made an error yet this year, and he's played 17 games. Not sure if he got in to the field yesterday. I know he at least hit in the game that they played against Grand Rapids. Swing and a miss, and Denning is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But 24 putouts, now 15 assists. Shortstop position, a hard one to play, but right now a 1,000 fielding percentage. Denning sees a slider go way outside. Easton hitting .340. He's played in every game and started every game for the Pioneers. Right down the middle for called strike 3, and Easton knew it. A 1-2-3 inning for VolState. Each team blanked in the first inning. We're headed to the second. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Arturo Rodriguez, John Carter, Tyler Jenkins to face Eben Hansen. First pitch swinging, Rodriguez fouls that one off. Hansen faced 4 in the top of the first, walked 1. Pop out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Rodriguez comes in hitting .333. Looks at a breaking pitch there. It's one high out to center field. Ball is moving with the wind, and Devin Thrain makes the catch in right center field. We're out number 1. You get it up in the air, that ball's going to move today with the winds coming out of center field, going over to the right field line. Big John Carter redshirted last year as a Pioneer, and he takes a healthy cut at the first pitch he sees and comes up empty. Has his girlfriend, who is Shelby Green, plays softball here. She's a sophomore for the Lady Pioneers. Carter catches one at the knees on the outside corner, and Big John is down in the count 0-2. 6'6", 245-pound redshirt freshman from Milan, Tennessee. Went to Milan High School. That's where Shelby Green went. Shelby, a right fielder and left-handed hitter for VolState. 0-2 pitch, breaking pitch, and it's tapped foul. I believe Big John wore the number 44 last year, did he not? Coop, you remember? Alec Tromke was not here last year, so he doesn't know, but Big John transferred in August over to Columbia State. He is leading the team in home runs. Got 2 of them. That slider misses up. Hitting .381. This is his 11th game, 7th start of the year. 8 hits, including 2 home runs. He has 7 RBIs. Started to go. Slider blocked by Scotty Dean. I don't know that they'll even check on that one. The count goes at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Wolf was ready to make a call down there at first base, but he was not invited by Johnny Lowry. Gets in on the hands of Carter, and he fouls it down to the VolState bullpen. Very sunny, very windy today. Slight clouds. Swing and a miss, and Hansen gets Carter on the slider for his second strikeout.
Now batting the center fielder.
John's 7th strikeout of the year. That brings up the center fielder, Tyler Jenkins, hitting .406. 14 game played, his 13th start, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 6 RBIs. So the slider that catches the knees for a called strike. Hansen struck out 2 in the first 6 batters that he's faced. Slider fouled off to the right side. That'll get over the maintenance shed. And it'll be an Easter egg hunt for that pitch by one of the VolState pitchers. 0-2 pitch, high, and as they say, hey, while you're getting the first one, go get that one. Looks like Bryant Rascal and Nathan Stewart out of the VolState dugout. 0-2 pitch. Tapper down to third base. That will kick foul. Hudson Blank down there, and pretty happy it did. It went in and then out of his glove. Don't think he had a chance to get Jenkins if that had been fair. Jenkins, 6 foot, 180 pound from Knoxville, Tennessee. He played at CAK, Christian Academy of Knoxville. Tapper just got a piece of that. Doubleheader tomorrow will begin at noon. We'll carry it right here on the VolState YouTube channel, the VolState Sports Network. I think it'll be a little bit cooler. Another foul tip off the end of the bat. Gavin King bringing some new baseballs out for our home plate umpire. Oh, 2. This is low and away. Big thanks to Mary Garrettson and Gary Garrettson, the owners of Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. purchase of an outfield sign and supporting VolState baseball. 1-2 pitch. Pitch low and outside. Of course, the big sponsors, Toyota of Gallatin, with that beautiful scoreboard out in left center field. Jenkins swings and misses at a fastball that tied him up high and in, and back-to-back strikeouts brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. 1-2-3 inning for Hanson. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Gage Hoover, Scotty Dean, Devin Thrain to face Jake Carden in his second inning of work. Gage Hoover, a sophomore, the son of Mike and Angie Hoover. Thanks to Mike and Accurate Mortgage for sponsoring our game time temperatures. Hoover fouls the first pitch she sees from Carden off to the screen. Gage hitting .341 coming into today's action. Swing and a miss there. This is his 16th game of the year. He's missed one. This is game 17 for the Pioneers. Started to go in that high fastball, but held up. 14 hits, 4 of those are doubles, 10 RBIs. Looking for that first big fly. We're going to keep saying it till it happens. He has power to right field. Leaves that alone. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Derek Valentin. Says on their roster, Valentin Luciano. It's a hyphenated word. Popped up and out of play on the right side of Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. Foul ball. Our first full count, Ministries full count. Carden's only walked 4 batters in 13, now 14 plus innings. Didn't walk Hoover, struck out on a pitch above the letters, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Jake Carden. Brings Scotty Dean to the plate, transfer from Chattanooga State. Carden threw 6 innings in a loss against Cleveland State last weekend. Give up 6 hits, 2 runs. Popped up and out of play on the right side. Count moves to ball and a strike. And his start, a win against Dyersburg State. 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 1 run. Beautiful pitch right there. I have no idea where that missed. The only opinion that mattered is the home plate umpire, and he said, ball. Ground ball to third. That's a tough hop there for Seymour, but he gathers it, throws low to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez with the stretch retires Dean 5-3.
Now batting.
5 straight retired by
17,
Carden.
Frank.
Brings up Devin Thrain here in the bottom of the second inning. The game against Dyersburg, the Carden threw. His team scored 12 runs. There's a breaking pitch in on the outside corner for a called strike. Columbia State scored 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 5 in the fifth. Ended up Mercy Rule win over Dyersburg State in that game. Then won game 2, 8-6. 0-2 pitch coming to Devin Thrain. And a unsure swing right there. And that is a 3-pitch strikeout. 1-2-3 inning. Ball State goes down in order again. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Top of the third we go, 8-9-1. Due up for Columbia State with a 7-11 record, but they're 3-2 in the conference. A year ago, they were 20-7 in the conference. They went 1 for 2 in the tournament in May over at Columbia State. They were the host. And there's a ground ball to the left, and that will through the 5.5 hole. And the first hit of the ball game belongs to Derek Valentin Luciano. His batting average needs it. Came in hitting 188. Bringing up the 9-hitter, Michael McClellan, who a year ago for Chat State, Columbia State, led the team in hitting at 394. He played in 33 games a year ago. I think he was injured some of that, but right now, off to a slow start, 176, squares around a bunt. Pitch is low. Columbia State will lay down a bunt every once in a while. They've got 8 sacrificed hits. Jackson Riedling leads the team with 3. Throw over to first, and Valentin, the catcher, is back. He does not have a stolen base attempt yet. Squaring around again and missing on a pitch right down the middle is McClellan. McClellan, 5'7", 165-pound second baseman from Murfreesboro, Riverdale High School. So swinging away here, and the pitch is high and or outside. McClellan had 43 hits a year ago, 5 doubles, a triple, a home run, 21 RBIs. Reached base at a 460 clip. He looks at a pitch right down Broadway there. Maybe chest high to him. He's one of a couple of 5'7" players on this squad. Full count Ministries, full count, throw over to first. Before we see that, stay tuned. After the game, we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game out of the New Testament. Pitch on the inside corner is going to ring up McClellan for the first out of third. That's the fourth strikeout by Hanson, who painted the inside corner there, and that brings up Hudson, Hutson Miles, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. I did not ask, but I think I've heard this. I know that Hudson played for me for one fall season on a full count fall league, but I believe I heard reliable sources say that he is already committed to go to Lipscomb. Former Good Pasture head coach and player Jeff Forehand, now at Lipscomb University. Not sure how long Jeff's been there, but he's been there a good bit. Was at Trevecca for a while. I know he knows the family. Hudson's dad, I want to say maybe his name's Trey. I can't remember. I know his grandfather. Hudson's one of his grandfathers on his maternal grandmother or grandfather and grandmother are Gene and Patsy Manise. Gene Manise, one of the most popular Nashville Sounds baseball players from years gone by, the late 70s. Gino Manise, 2-2 pitch swung on a miss, and Miles is down on strikes. Could not hold up on that high fastball, and he's now over. 2 outs after the leadoff single by Valentin, and he's still there. Jackson Riedling walked in his first plate appearance, stands in, looks at a changeup that misses inside. U.S. flag out in dead center field is striped to the right. Heading out to right center field. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw right on the money. And the cannon from Scotty Dean retires Valentin. It was a 2-4 bullet by Dean. Jackson Riedling will have to wait till the 4th before he gets to get up to the plate again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd. This is the VolState Sports Network.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Bottom of the 3rd, VolState will send up 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Have not had a base runner yet. Carson Sanders, Hudson Blank, and Brady Nepper scheduled to face left-hander Jake Cardin, C-A-R-D-I-N. Sanders starts to go and checks the swing on a pitch outside. Pretty good from back here in terms of where umpires will call that pitch. Ground ball to the left side, gloved by Seymour. His throw over to first is true. His second assist of the game, and 7 straight retired. Brings up Hudson Blank, freshman from Marissa, Illinois. Blank has been platooning with A.J. Armstrong at third base of late. Blank hitting .320. He's playing in game number 10. It's his 9th start of the year. 8 hits. He has 1 double, 5 RBIs. Looks at a called strike. Swing and a miss and a lost bat. Scotty Dean threw an absolute rope down to second base to retire Valentin, and blank. Not sure what he was thinking there. That pitch was above his head. And the 4th strikeout for Cardin.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3.
Brings up Brady Nepper. Nepper, sophomore from Greenbrier. Playing in just his 3rd game of the year. He's been out with an injury till the last week and a half. He was sick last weekend. He's got a couple of hits and 4 plate appearances, including a double. Has 5 RBIs. Right now, VolState would like him just to get on base. Transfer from Cumberland University. .5'10", 170 pounds. Looks at a called strike on the inside corner there. Business major, the son of Gary Nipper and Stacy Chapman. Nana's up in Springfield, and Granddaddy and Grandma, they're down in Jackson. Swing and a miss. Disappearing pitch right there. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, Nipper played in 24 games, started 14. 10 hits, including a double, triple, and a home run. Does not offer. They want to check down at first base, and Jake Wolf says, nada. Wolf Full Count Ministries, full count. This will be the 3rd, I believe. Pioneers have not been able to get anybody on base. Drew Plummer is in the on-deck circle, hoping to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd. Nepper grounds one to his counterpart. Hudson Miles, gloves, throws in the dirt, dug out of there by Rodriguez. And another 1-2-3 inning. 9 up, 9 down for VolState, and we are scoreless 1/3 of the way through this game.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors.
Jackson Riedling, Cade Hitson, Clint Seymour to face Eben Hansen. That's E-B as in boy, E-N, not Evan with a V as in Victor. Eben, and Aunt Carol sent me some information about the origin of Eben's name. Even sent me a picture. Eben Arthur Lewis. The first pitch is swung on and fouled off. That will get into the parking lot. From Barnard, Vermont, 1895 to 1979, Mr. Lewis lived. Called strike on the inside corner, and Hansen ahead in the count to Riedling, who was at the plate when Derek Valentin was thrown out trying to steal. One hopper to Nepper at short. Gloves and throws on to Denning for out number 1. Got jammed on lower down on the bat. Riedling retired for the first time. He and Valentin, the only base runners in the ball game. Riedling with a walk in the first inning. He was stranded at first, and Valentin with a single to lead off the 3rd. But he was cut down at second. Now Cade Hitson, who was a strikeout victim in the first, stands in. Fouled that one weakly back to the screen. R.J. Moore will come out of the VolState dugout. Collect that baseball. 1-1 pitch. Line drive just over the glove of the leaping Drew Plummer. So 1-out hit for Columbia State. Cade Hitson, who comes in hitting. That's a great name for a hitter, isn't it? Hitson. Came in hitting 286. That'll help his average. 2 hits now for Columbia State. Brings up Clint Seymour, hitting 375, the freshman. Left-handed hitter from Loretto, Tennessee, 6'2", 200 pounds. And he lines one fair down the left field line. Hoover on his horse, and he's not going to be able to cut that one off. Rounding third, stutter step is Hitson, and the relay gets by the cutoff man, and down to third base goes Seymour. He's going to pick up an RBI double, and he's going to reach third on an error. I assume that was on the throw. Let's see if we have that. I don't know if we had that on. Probably not. I don't think we had it wide enough. Did you see, was the throw off, Coop? Throw was off. Ground ball, that's going to get another run in. Plummer, or Nepper at short as Arturo Rodriguez drives in the second run, and Columbia State leads 2-0 here on a single, a double, and a ground out. Outs, nobody on, and Big John Carter steps to the plate. Assume those are his parents that are here sitting with Shelby Green, his girlfriend. So right now, that's an unearned run, that second run. Hanson pours in a strike to the 6'6" redshirt freshman. Miss. He's down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hits and single in the right center field, and on the first pitch Clint Seymour saw, he goes the opposite way and lines it down the left field line. They were sending Hitson all the way. I'm not sure if the relay had been good, if there would have been a play at the plate. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss, and Carter is down on strikes again. That's the 6th strikeout for Hanson. But Columbia State scores 2 runs. One of those was unearned on 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. 2-0, Columbia State leads.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit VolState.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more.
Columbia State with 2 in the top of the 4th take a 2-0 lead. VolState looking for their first base runner of the ball game. We'll send 1, 2, 3 to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Plummer grounded out to his counterpart at second base to lead off the bottom of the 1st. Plum hitting .333 coming into today's game. Leads the team in runs scored and home runs. Has 18 runs scored, has clobbered 3 homers. Pops that one up down the right field line. I think it will get into the bullpen. It will, and then hop right on over on the other side of the Bobby Hudson Pavilion down the right field line as we are honored by royalty in the press box. Now as Dr. Wendy Tostenson, the president of the college, has come to claim her seat, her favorite seat, unless she's out in left field in the bleachers with her husband and son. Plum just gets a piece of that one and fouls it over the netting. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to Drew Plummer, the redshirt sophomore from Summit High School. Summit Spartan. Popped up, and this should get out of play. Heads up in the stands as it will be pushed toward the maintenance shed. Not sure why VolState pitchers don't just stay over on the right side here. Right-handed hitters, 95% of the time are going to foul the ball off to the right side if they foul it. It's drilled down the left field, and there you go. There's your 5% of the time that right-handed batter will pull a foul ball. Plummer all over that slow breaking pitch, but could not hold up enough to keep it between the lines. Carden working quickly, delivers another foul ball off the right side, and Plummer's tuition might have to go up. Those are $9 a pop. Know who? Not like we just got $10 bills rolling out of our pockets around here. He's making Carden work. Tapper, that's foul. Nice pitch there by the sophomore left-hander from Pulaski, Tennessee, Giles County. Drilled down the right field line. I don't think it's going to be able to stay fair, and it won't. But it was well struck. Jackson Riedling gave chase, but could not track that one down. And Plum is now into the second dozen of baseballs. The second box as Gavin King shows his pretty legs as he walks some pearls out to Johnny Lowry, our home plate umpire. Gavin King, the former Liberty Creek Wolf. Derek Valentine thought he might have caught one there on the outside corner, but the count finally goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the leadoff batter here in the inning. Another ground ball foul. Jim McGuire will step away from it and let somebody get some exercise down that left field line. There are some human bodies now in the VolState bullpen. They belong to VolState baseball players. Pitch is high, and we'll have a full count Ministries full count. Thanks to Full Count Ministries for the use of their broadcast equipment on the road. Ball 4, the Pioneers finally have a base runner. Dr. T, you are the good luck charm up here in the press box. We're going to have to get some press box gang t-shirts or something like that. That's what we need. For Full Count Rhythm in the summer team that I broadcast for, we call ourselves the Rhythm section, of course. But that doesn't work here for, I don't know, the Pioneer boys, or I guess we can't do that with you here because you are not a boy. Reed Mashinsky looks at ball 1. So we got to come up with something else. So the press box gang sounds good. PBG. Pioneer what? Throw over to first. Plummer is back in time. Plum is a threat to steal. He leads the club in that category. He has swiped 5 out of the 6 bags that he's attempted to steal. Shinsky now with a 2-0 count. 366 leads the club in that category among players who qualify. 15 hits, 5 doubles, and a triple. Swing and a miss on that inside fastball. 6'3", 175-pound redshirt sophomore. Been here 3 years. He went to Lakewood Ranch High School in Bradenton, Florida. The son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky, grandson of Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota, Florida. That's the home of Alec Tromke. Pitches high, throw down to second base, and Plum has got number 6. That is balls, 3 balls and a strike to Reed Mashinsky. I was going to say, our scoreboard operator's not up here, is he? Okay. 3-1 pitch, nobody out, and a runner in scoring position. High fly ball at the right field. This could get up into the wind. Riedling is back. Looks like he's going to be able to handle it. And he makes the catch on the warning track. Drew Plummer will head over the third base, and Mashinsky with just maybe another half bowl of Wheaties this morning might have got him his first home run. That flies out. It's a productive out. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Tromke, I don't know what commercial you've been watching over the years, but Wheaties are the breakfast of champions, okay? Nobody has a commercial that says Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going to help you jack the ball over the fence. Ground ball gets by the second baseman, and there's the Framework Athletics first run of the game, driven in by Easton Denning, who took no time at all there, stepping up the plate to get the Pioneers' first hit of the ball game, and that drives in Plum, who walked, stole second, moved to third on Mashinsky's fly out, and cuts the lead in half, 2-1. Thanks to Framework Athletics for their support of VolState baseball and softball. Gage Hoover is in scoring position in the batter's box. He struck out swinging, leading off the second. Jake Carden retired the first 9 batters that he faced. Then a leadoff walk to Plummer. Throw over to first. Denning is back. Walk, fly out, stolen base, and not in that order. Walk, stolen base, then a fly out that moved Plummer to third, and then the single by Denning as Hoover looks at one that's painted on the outside corner for a called strike. Got some strong young men in this batting order right here. But you got to put the bat on the ball. Swing and a miss there by Gage, and he's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over to first. Tell you, that move right there, you can see it really well from right here, but probably at first base you're not seeing it as well. I think Denning even has a stolen base as that pitch misses high. He's been caught stealing once. I think that might have been when he was at third trying to come home, or maybe it was a pickoff. I don't think it was a straight steal for Easton. Hit high and deep out to center field. Gage might have just got it. Dead center field. Tyler Jenkins watches it sail over the center field wall. And there it is, the first home run for Gage Hoover. It's a 2-run shot. 2023 Mr. Baseball. And Hoover steps on the plate to give the Pioneers a 3-2 lead. And the boom. You knew it was going to happen. Way too strong, way too good of a hitter. We're at the last too long, but that was dead center, right down the middle, and that is a poke. It's 380 to dead center field, but that 40-foot fence out there makes you hit it. Gage hit it. Scotty Dean steps in, another strong young man. Just missed outside. Scotty grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. Columbia State scored 2 in the top of the 4th, and VolState has answered with 3. Pop that one up. That'll get out of play. Heads up in the stands off to the right. No fans were harmed by that foul ball. Dr. T, we just got Chick-fil-A of Gallatin on board as a VolState supporter. So Mary and Gary, or Gary and Mary Garrettson.
Love it.
So big thanks to those folks right down the street. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to Scotty Dean. One of the Clarksville gang. He's hitting .316 coming into today's game. 11th start. Hit out to right field. Jackson Riedling is back, and he's going to see that one sail out of here. I was going to say, any fly ball up in the air, you just got to watch. And Scotty Dean has just picked up a solo home run as the Pioneers have gone back to back. That's Scotty's second of the year. Let's see what the boom sounds like here. That's a good sound if you're a Pioneer fan. Gage Hoover with a 2-run shot. And Scotty Dean now with a solo blast to right field. Wind is blowing out to right field. Riedling got to the fence, jumped, but he didn't have the hops to get to that one. Now VolState leads 4-0. That's back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by, 4-2. Back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Thanks to Lem Pilkington, the folks over at Hit After Hit in Nashville. Thrain tried to go inside out with that low inside fastball and popped it off to the right side. Thrain struck out to end the second inning. D-Train came in hitting .288. Nice take there on a changeup. He and Easton Denning, the only 2 players to have played in every game and started every game. Leads the team in official at-bats and walks. Came in with 12 free passes. Smokes one in the left field. That's a base hit. 4 straight hits. Single, home run, single brought to you by Hit After Hit. A visit is coming. It is not, as I see some movement down the right field line. That brings up Carson Sanders, still 1 out. And that 1 out was a deep fly ball on the warning track to right field by Reed Mashinsky. Sanders started to go. They check and say he did not go. Hello to my friend Linda Isaacs, that's probably listening in down in Alba, Texas. Sanders swings at a changeup. Grandma and Papa down in Lake Fork. Hello to Pappy and Mammy in Houston, Texas. Throw over to first, and D-Train is back. Carson, another one of the players from Clarksville, Tennessee. Carson, Clarksville High School Wildcat, a biology major. Swing and a miss on another changeup. Carden has got his number on that changeup. Sanders grounded out to third, leading off the third. Son of 2 Army dentists, Jared and Jill. Colonels Sanders, both colonels. Always like to visit with them when they come down. A lot of times they sit down on the other side of the dugout down there. Not sure if either one of the doctors are here today. You know, teeth still get dirty and need worked on a Friday up there in Clarksville, Fort Campbell. He's got a younger sister, Claire, at Clarksville High School as well. Carson, 5'11", 200 pounds, looks at that pitch just outside. Hudson Miles, a shortstop, starting to head toward his dugout. Going to have to go back to his spot. 7th batter to come to the plate for VolState. Swing and a miss. Sanders down on strikes for strikeout number 2. 5th strikeout of the game, and now that visit will come as Hudson Blank comes to the plate. No, they're asking for the baseball here. Desi Ammons is going to come out and have a chat. Lucas Wilburn, the first base coach, first-year volunteer assistant coach, brings equipment that he has accumulated over this inning into the dugout. He is from Gordo, Alabama. Him and 12 other people. Left-handed pitcher and an outfielder at Lane College, a 2024 grad. He was an assistant coach at his high school, Gordo High School, and he's a student assistant at Lane College after he finished. He's getting married in May. Not sure that if it's an arranged marriage or not. Probably not. I think he probably knows her. I don't think this is off the internet or Nigerian scam or anything like that. I think he actually knows this young lady. And he's told me her name, but I didn't write it down. I'll remember it one of these days. Hudson Blank will have to wait on a pitch as Jake Carden with that funky move throwing over to first base drives Devin Thrain back. Not a bad time probably to get a jump and take off, and that's why Carden is concerned about Devin. Thrain has one stolen base in as many attempts. Quick movement there to the plate, almost didn't stop long enough, but gets a swing and a miss by Blank, who struck out swinging in the third. Pops that one up. That's in playable territory in right field, and Riedling will come over and make the catch for the final out in the fourth. But the Pioneers jump on Jake Carden here in the fourth inning and put 4 on the board. 2-run home run by Gage Hoover, a solo home run by Scotty Dean. VolState leads 4-2.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more.
4-2 is the score. Go to the fifth. Eben Hansen back out on the mound for VolState. He gave up 2 runs in the top of the fourth. One of those was unearned. And now pitching with the lead. Will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Charger lineup. The first pitch swung on by Jenkins, and it's golfed to left field, but it will go foul. Traveled a long way, but get over the bullpen and out of play. Jenkins struck out to end the second, his first at-bat. Slider misses outside. Jenkins, a .406 hitter coming into today's game. Breaking pitch misses inside. Pioneers looking to get even in conference play. Come in 2-3. Columbia State 3-2. That slider right over the plate for ball 3. I think Mr. Lowry's saying to himself he missed that one. Johnny, if you go back and look at that one on the replay, you got my number. Let me know if that's the case, because That looked like it was right down Broadway, and that's ball 4. As Hanson tried to back up that beautiful breaking pitch with another one, but missed high. Second walk of the ball game for Hanson. Not what you're looking for after your club puts 4 on the board to give you a 2-run lead. Now Derek Valentine, who's singled leading off the third, stands in. Valentine swings at the first pitch again, comes up empty. 5'9", 195-pound catcher. He's a freshman from Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. I'm not going to try to say the name of his high school that he went to. There's another pitch right down the can, and they did call that a strike. Okay. Throw down to first base was not in time. PIAGET Bilingual Academy. PA? The G is a silent like an H in Spanish. You know, I'm not bilingual, but I'm bilateral. So sometimes I can understand Spanish. 0-2 pitch to Senor Valentin in the dirt, and the runner will see the dirt ball, Tyler Jenkins. He will take off to second on the wild pitch. Hanson's 4th wild pitch of the year. And now runner in scoring position with nobody out. 1-2 pitch coming to Valentine. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. The 8th time that he has K'd this year in now 8+ games. 7 strikeout of the ball game by Hanson, which ties his 5-inning outing at Southwest Tennessee. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs in that game. Those runs were earned, walked 3, struck out 7 in his 5 innings there. Trying to get through 5 innings here with the lead intact. Ground ball up the middle. Nepper stays down, gloves. Throws to Denning at first base to retire Michael McClellan. On the play, Jenkins moves over to third with 2 outs. Now Hudson Miles playing with fire here. Miles, one of the top hitters in the league, stands in. A lot of folks out there want to see Columbia State take on Volunteer State. We're creeping up to 100 viewers here. Slider missed somewhere, maybe outside. Got the email address up there on the screen. If you want to join the show, send an email to treesports@gmail.com as Miles swings and foul tips that pitch. Email just like Marissa Blank did. She loves home runs when it's Pioneers hitting them. 1-1 is fouled off, and Hanson is ahead in the count. So this is Hudson Miles, and Marissa Blank's a big fan of Hudson Blank. She's got a big fan club watching. Aunt Lizzie, Aunt Joy at the Shaw Pharmacy in Marissa, Illinois. Nice stab by Scotty Dean on a pitch yanked glove side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marissa watching on the big screen TV, and great Grandma Blank watching from her apartment. Got her feet up, got her hands inside a bag of peanuts. Fastball's up. Well, the Full Count Ministries full count. Thanks. If you can't watch, you can at least listen. I'll try to describe it as though you're listening on radio. Full count pitch. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right side. That'll get out of play. Just past the Bobby Hudson pavilion down the right field line. Bobby Hudson, the athletic director here. As a matter of fact, he's here. Snuck in behind me, chatting with his boss. We'll have another full count pitch from Hanson to Miles. Tapper to the third base line. It's going to stay fair. Blank has to throw on the run. They're not going to get Miles. He runs well, and that's an RBI single to drive in Jenkins.
Now batting the right fielder, number 30.
Miles very quick, and Hudson Blank made a great play charging and throwing on the run, but that was too shallow and too weakly hit of a ball, as Columbia State has now cut the lead by 1. Jackson Riedling looks at ball 1 outside. Walked in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. Miles does not go, and Riedling swings and misses at a high fastball. We started out at 67 degrees. It's now at 69 here in Middle Tennessee. Just a little over an hour in the game. Miles is off with the pitch, but it's fouled off. He'll have to come back. At Trevecca. And coached at Good Pasture. Fisted, that will get into the glove of Drew Plummer for a weak pop out to end the inning. Columbia State gets 1 back in the top of the 5th on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are 4.5 innings into this contest. VolState leads 4-3.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models to where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
DJ Cooper Anderson playing some good tunes here between innings. Mr. Fahrenheit from Queen. Good one. VolState will send 9-1-2 to the plate. Jake Carton back out after he faced 8 Pioneers in the bottom of the 4th. Gave up 4 straight hits. Single, a home run, another home run, and another single. VolState scored 4 runs in the bottom to take a 4-2 lead. Columbia State got 1 back in the top of the 5th. 4-3 is the score as Nepper fouls that one off. He grounded out to Miles at shortstop. Cade Hitson out in left field. Tyler Jenkins in center. Jackson Riedling in right. The 3 outfielders for the Chargers. Tapper again foul. Clint Seymour, the third baseman. Hudson Miles at shortstop. Michael McClellan, the second baseman. Arturo Rodriguez at first base. And Derek Valentin is the catcher. Jake Carden throws a pitch to Nepper, who slices it. Pretty well hit, but caught by Riedling in right. Nepper is 0 for 2. And that brings Drew Plummer to the plate. He got the whole party started in the bottom of the 4th with a ringing walk. I think he fouled off a 12.5 balls before he drew that walk, so he earned it. Fist that one, and that's going to be caught by Hudson Miles. A nice little soft pop-up in the first pitch that Plummer sees. He's pretty upset he didn't foul that one off. 2 outs quickly here in the 5th brings up Reed Mashinsky, who's 0 for 2. Reed 5 doubles, a triple. No home runs. Reed came close his last at bat, and he gets one off the glove. It's going to make no chance for Miles. That's going to be an infield single for Mashinsky. He's now 1 for 3. Carden just got a glove on that, otherwise that was going to end up in center field. Instead, turns into an infield single and a well-struck ball that Carden knocked down. Easton Denning drove in the Framework Athletics first run of the game when he drove Plummer in from third base. With a base hit, takes a cut there on the first pitch he sees and comes up empty. Hello to Pappy and Nani and Papa and Grana in McMinnville. Stacy and Gigi are in Dunlap, Tennessee. His father, Terry, a nice play there by Valentine, and his mother, Sierra Denning. Probably working today, listening to the broadcast on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. Siblings, Ruby, Willa, and Lawson, they better be in school or we're calling the truant officers. There's a base hit into left field as Denning doesn't mind where he finds a hole. He just likes finding it. He's 2 for 3. Now 6 hits for VolState, and that might end the afternoon for Carden as Desi Ammons, the head coach, out of the dugout. Did not look down at right field, but it looks like he's made the call and he's getting the baseball, so we'll take a break. Tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the VolState Sports Network.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Pitching change for Columbia State. Jay Watson out of Desi Ammon's bullpen as he will replace the left-hander Jake Carden, who goes 4 2/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 4 runs to this point, walked 1 and has struck out 5 batters. Did give up 2 long balls and faced 21 hitters. He will leave the game with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. Jay Watson is a 6'2", 205-pound right-hander from Clarksville, Tennessee, Rossview High School. So he's a former teammate, Drew Moorhead and Brody Prairie. And who am I missing? Who's our other Rossview Hawk? Not sure. I'll think of it here shortly. Jay Watson coming on for his 5th appearance of the year, all in relief. 1.74 ERA. 10 innings of work, giving up 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned. We'll face Gage Hoover. Hits one high out to right field. Riedling is back, and that ball's going to leave the yard. Gage Hoover with a back-to-back home run here in this contest. This is a 3-run shot on the first pitch he sees from Jay Watson. Gage getting after it, did not have a home run coming into today's action. He has picked up number 1 and number 2. Two of those runs charged to Jake Carden, and the Pioneers lead 7-3. Can they do it again? Dos Amigos, Scotty Dean and Gage Hoover went back-to-back on home runs. That sidearm fastball gets in there over the plate. Watson just gave up his first long ball of the year. Close the book on Carden. He finishes with 6 runs. Nice breaking pitch there by the former Rossview Hawk. Oh, 2 pitch coming to Dean with 2 outs and nobody on. Does not chase on the slider away. You know, I just found my former Hawk. These guys were teammates right here, Jay Watson and Scotty Dean. He drills it out to deep left field. Did he get enough? He did not, as the wind is blowing in from left field. And that's a line out to Cade Hitson. But the Pioneers put 3 more on the board here in the 5th and take a 7-3 lead into the 6th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Evan Hansen back out on the mound for VolState. Don't believe he's pitched into the 6th inning yet. Five innings last week at Southwest Tennessee. He got 5 innings in his first start down at Lawson State. 3 hits, 1 run. Did not figure in the decision. VolState won that game 9-7. Only went 2 1/3 innings in the games against Glen Oaks Community College. Came out with a little bit of a abdominal issue as he pours in a breaking pitch on the outside corner to Cade Hitson for a called strike. Hitson's 1 for 2. Left-handed batter pops that one up out of play. Hitson, another Warhawk, I believe. Riverdale Warhawks from Murfreesboro, 5'10", 205, sophomore. Looks at an 0-2 pitch low and inside. Wonder how many they got from Riverdale. Don't have to wonder long. You just count them up. Looks like 2. Another Chick-fil-A of Gallatin. Foul ball. VolState hosted a career fair here in the Pickle Fieldhouse on the floor of the Richard Moore Gymnasium. That's a check swing, and they're not sure. He's going to tag him. They want to check down at first base. Jake Wolf says no, he did not go. And Hitson right there did not want to give the appearance as though he believed that he went. He started to run down to first base, stopped as the ball got by Scotty Dean. Dean recovered it. Johnny Lowry is explaining, not sure, probably what his call would be if he had called that a strike. So I think he does an excellent job of handling the game. Tipped into the mitt of Scotty Dean, and Hitson is down on strikes for the 2nd time. That is strikeout number 8. I believe that is ties the most for Hansen. He had 8 in game 1 in 5 innings. Now facing Clint Seymour, who grounds a ball into right field for a 1-out base hit. He's 2 for 3. He swung at the first pitch his last time up, I believe. Hit a double down the left field line. Ended up at third base on an error by Gage Hoover on the throw into the infield. He got by the cutoff man, and Seymour ended up moving up to third, which made a difference because a ground out by Rodriguez, who's at the plate, scored Seymour. That would not have happened. And he would not have scored as John Carter ended up striking out to end the inning. Popped up on the right side, might be playable for Denning. Over is Plummer, out for Denning, and it will fall just in front of the tarp down the right field line. Bounce out of play. Rodriguez is 0 for 2. He is flown out to center field and grounded out to short. Does have an RBI on that ground out. RBIs for the Chargers. One for Seymour as he drove in Hitson with the double in the third, throw over to first. Then Rodriguez with the ground out. Then Hudson Miles with 2 outs in the fifth with a runner at third base, Tyler Jenkins, who had walked and was wild pitched to second. Swing and a miss, and that ball gets in the dirt, and it'll get by Dean. Wild pitch moves Seymour to second. That's the second wild pitch of the game. Jenkins was wild pitched to second, then he moved to third on a ground out, then scored on an infield single by Hudson Miles. Now another runner in scoring position with 1 out. I'll tip. Nice movement on that fastball from Hansen. We don't keep the pitch count here in the press box. I think they are live scoring the game, but I don't think we can see the live score. Swing and a miss by Rodriguez on a high fastball out of the zone. Strikeout number 9 as Hansen has just set his season record. Brings up Big John Carter, who gone down swinging twice against Hansen. Smokes one. It is getting by Hudson Blank. Here comes the throw. Here comes the runner. Throw short hopped. And Big John Carter gets an RBI single on the first pitch he sees. He moves down to second base on the throw home. The throw was just kind of a tweener and would have been a nice throw if it hadn't been quite as high. And out of the dugout is head coach Jim McGuire, and he's asking for the baseball. And that will end the afternoon for Evan Hansen. What a great start for Hansen. And we'll take a break as we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we return. VolState with a Summit Concrete called to the bullpen. Drew Moorhead, 5'11", 195-pound freshman right-hander from Clarksville Rossview High School. He's a right-hander, general studies major, the son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. Hello to Grandma Loco in Bowling Green. And Moorhead is on in relief of Eben Hansen, who goes 5 2/3 innings, gives up 6 hits. So far, 4 runs, but Big John Carter at second base is his responsibility. Walked 2, struck out 9, facing 24 batters. Moorhead on in relief for the 5th time of the year, 4.63 ERA. He has 2 saves right now. If he pitched the rest of the game, it'd be a save, but I don't think that Coach McGuire is going to ask him to go 3 1/3, but we'll see. 11 innings plus of work, 10 hits, 10 runs, 6 earned, 8 walks, 14 strikeouts as he faces Tyler Jenkins. Pitching and catching to each other, Drew Moorhead and Scotty Dean. So back in high school, Drew Moorhead as a junior would have been throwing to Scotty Dean, the senior. Jenkins looks at a breaking pitch that curls around the plate for a 2-ball, no-strike count. Hitson struck out to begin the inning. Clint Seymour grounded a single into right. Then Arturo Rodriguez struck out. Popped up out of play. But a wild pitch moved Seymour down to second base, and then John Carter hit a ground ball just to the left of Hudson Blank. I thought he might have been able to come up with it. I think it just hopped under his glove. That was a base hit in the left field, but Hoover got to it quickly. That pitch has popped up into right center field. Minshinsky, as that ball will be blown over to right, will make the catch for out number 3. But Hoover's throw was just a little too short of a hop for Scotty Dean to come up with it to try to get Seymour at the plate on the throw. Carter moved to second. But Drew Moorhead comes in and retires the only batter he faces in the 6th as Columbia State scores 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 6th, Ball State leads 7-4.
The Volunteer State has always been home to pioneers. Dreamers and hard workers blaze their paths here. From the TVA to Mountain Dew to touchscreen monitors to the Grand Ole Opry, Tennessee has been home to innovators, creators, and entertainers. From humble beginnings to changing the world, Tennesseans have pushed the boundaries of what is possible. We pioneer healthcare, infrastructure, engineering, and product development. At Volunteer State College, we've developed our degree certifications to carry the torch of Tennessee's success with flexible options to help you blaze your pathway. We are searching for pioneer-minded students who are on their own journey of growth. Learn how these pathways are shaping the future of Tennessee. Like those that have come before, blaze your pathway. Your career awaits. VolState.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. You're in a beautiful, sunny, windy afternoon in Gallatin, Tennessee. Eben Hansen, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 9, faced 24 batters. And right now in line for his first win if the Pioneers can hang on. Drew Moorhead came in, got the last out of the 6th. Saw Eben's dad, Carl, and he's sitting behind the pitchers that are charting for VolState. I asked him how many pitches Hansen threw. He said 97. So I'm guessing that's the largest number of pitches that he's thrown this year. Devin Thrain at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Backs away from pitch inside from Jay Watson out for his first full inning of work. Came on in relief of Jake Carden, who went 4 2/3 innings. First pitch he delivered to Gage Hoover. Gage deposited it right over the right field fence, just in front of the batting cage in right field. Just joining us, the wind is blowing from left field to right field. Big sweeper misses outside. D-Train backs away. He'll look at a 3-ball, 1-strike count. The team leader in walks. 1 ahead of Gage Hoover, who has 11. And make it 13 walks for Devin Thrain, one of the graybeards on the club. He's a redshirt sophomore. And Carson Sanders steps to the plate. Sanders 0 for 2, looking for his first base hit of the ball game. VolState up by 3. Since the top of the 4th, runs have been scored in each half inning by both teams. Clint Seymour creeping in from third, but Sanders is going to get hit by the pitch. That's a tough way to get on base, but he's a pretty tough kid. That little sidearm pitch that comes back into the right-hander got away from Watson, and the first 2 have reached. Now we might see a bunt laid down. Hudson Blank does not have a sacrifice hit. As a matter of fact, Tucker Lorenz, who's not in the lineup, is the only one who has a sacrifice bunt. Only one for VolState. Let's see what Coach McGuire does. He's got him squaring around, lays it down, a couple hopper right back to Watson. He throws to McClellan at first base, and Hudson Blank picks up the sack. Then runs right into Lucas Wilburn, the first base coach, on his way back to the dugout. The 2 Pioneers in scoring position for Brady Nepper, who's 0 for 2. Nepp came in 2 for 4, now 2 for 6. 5 RBIs. He's got a chance to pick up 2 more. Started to go. Pitches inside. 1-0 pitch, infield, and the corners is in. Pretty close pitch there. Goes VolState's way. In the 19-0 win on Tuesday in Game 2 against Shawnee, Brady Nepper and Lex Falsoni were the co-Toyota of Gallatin players of the game. And another pitch misses inside as Watson's keeping everything in on Nepper. Brady was 2 for 4 in that game, drove in 4 runs. He had a bases clearing double in the first inning of that game. 3-0 pitch is taken for a called strike. The good doctor, she is working. She's got that phone going, working up here in the press box. Dr. T, 3-1 pitch. This is down, and that's ball 4, second walk of the inning. That loads the bases for Drew Plummer. Plum's been the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game a couple times already this year. As Desi Ammons will come out of the Chargers dugout to have a quick chat. He's jogging out there to talk to Jay Watson. Plum was the player of the game along with Parker White in, I think, Game 2 of the doubleheader against Lawson State down in Birmingham way back on February 2nd. Plum also got player of the game in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Glen Oaks Community College. That was the weekend that Dr. T fell in love with the VolState baseball team. She threw out the first pitch in that home opener at Glen Oaks, and VolState baseball has dubbed her the super fan. Plummer batting for the 4th time in this contest. It's one foul down the third baseline. He was chomping at the bit to swing at that one. Grounded out in the first, walked and scored in the fourth, popped out to shortstop as middle infield is at double play depth. Corners are in. Breaking pitch is right over the plate. Plum down in the count 0-2. Lots of sunshine here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Wind is still straightening up the U.S. flag in center field. Swing and a miss. Plum is down for out number 2. Tried to pull the breaking pitch. Came up empty. First strikeout by Jay Watson. Now we'll have to face Reed Mashinsky at an infield single, a line drive that got off the glove of the left-handed starter Jake Carden. Reed slices one foul off to the right side. Mashinsky hit a deep fly ball in the fourth. That moved Plummer to third, but it nearly got out of here. Riedling had to catch that on the warning track. Anything hit to the right side up in the air has got a chance. Nice fastball there on comebacker that nips the outside corner, and 0-2 count now to number 2, Reed Mashinsky. Another one of the redshirt sophomores. Tapper foul. 3 in the VolState lineup in the batting order today. Devin Thrain, Reed Mashinsky, and Drew Plummer, 3-year players. Swing and a miss, and Watson gets it done. Strikes out 2 with the bases loaded, and he is pumped as he should be. Big strikeouts for Watson. He came in with 7 in 10 1/3. He's picked up 2 here, no bigger time than with the bases loaded. No runs, no hits in the inning, no errors, 3 runners left on base. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. That's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
8-9-1 due to step to the plate for the Columbia State Chargers here in the top of the 7th to face freshman Drew Moorhead, Derek Valentine, Michael McClellan, and Hudson Miles. 7-4 VolState leads as Moorhead puts one right over the plate, maybe a hair high, to Valentine, who stands in there at 5'9". First pitch is a ball. Now 2-0 count to Valentine, who's 1 for 2. Just checking the email for anybody who might have checked in. Moorhead misses again. Daryl, I outed you already. Daryl Rogers, employee here. Executive Administrative Assistant for the Office of the Vice President, Economic Development and Strategies. The boss said, get back to work. Not your executive vice president, the vice president, or the president, Dr. Wendy K. Tostenson. K, is it K? L. Sorry, you sure it's L? Wendy Lynn, Wendy Lynn. You're wearing somebody else's hat? Daryl? Does he have a brother named Daryl? And another brother named Larry? Is it Larry and Daryl? That's what it was, wasn't it? I think it was. Trevor Mutzi comes out to have a chat with Drew Moorhead. Had just walked Valentine on 4 straight pitches. Not what you're looking for with a 3-run lead in the 7th. McClellan 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. He was at the plate in the 5th inning. They asked him to lay down a bunt. He missed it the first time and then ended up grounding out. That moved Jenkins over to third. That was a big ground out. And that is ball 5 from Moorhead. He came in having walked 8 in 11 2/3. There's a slider in there for a called strike. Apparently, he has no qualms about throwing that behind in the count. Fastball misses up and in to the slightly built Michael McClellan. As I said, last year he was the top hitter, 394 batting average. Throw over to first as Moorhead throws an absolute seed to Denning. VolState probably 3 or 4 errors by pitchers this year thrown over to first. Daryl, thanks for the email. I'm sure you were doing it while you were working. And also Bob Plummer. They didn't get to come today. Bob probably working in his wood shop, thinking about somebody. Line drive, that's going to get down in the right center field. That could be extra bases. It will roll to the warning track. Mashinsky's got it into the cutoff man, Nepper. They'll hold the runner at third. That is a double for McClellan. That's his first double of the year. He's now 1 for 3. Valentine moves over to third base, and the first 2 have reached here in the top of the 7th. Columbia State does not fold. There's been a lot of runs scored between these 2 teams over the years. 2 years ago, VolState down at Columbia won 17-9 in game 1. You don't normally see 26 runs scored in game 1. Typically your number 1 starters are going that game. And Moorhead's fallen behind Hudson Miles, who's 1 for 3, with 2 on and nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Popped up to left field. Back goes Hoover. He's still going back. This should score a run. Hoover makes the catch. Throws coming to the third baseman. It's not. It's Brady Nepper who's coming over to cover third. Moorhead had to back that up. Nepper didn't turn around to see the throw coming in. So sacrifice fly gives Hudson Miles his 12th RBI of the year. VolState picks up the first out, and McClellan stays at second. Busy day for Bobby Hudson today. He only has 1 team playing tomorrow in a doubleheader. The other teams are all away. Breaking pitch from Moorhead to Riedling, misses low and away. Riedling's 0 for 2 with a walk. So now it's 7-5. Pioneers lead. Tying run at the plate. Ripped foul down the first base line. Riedling hit .311 a year ago. Played in 46 of the 50 games. Started 36 of them. That's a fly ball out to left field, left center field. On comes Hoover, still coming, and makes the catch. There's now 2 outs. It's where you want. If they're going to hit the ball in the air, you want them to hit it to left field with that wind blowing from left to right. Scotty Dean put a charge in one earlier, and it died at the warning track. As a couple of the Lady Pioneers softball players just walking up. Laura Walker and Caitlin Davis, a couple pitchers for the Lady Pioneers. Smoked foul down the first base line from Cade Hitson. He likes swinging at that first pitch. Somebody needs to tell McLaury, whoever starts game 3, that Cade Hitson likes to swing at that first pitch. Moorhead got ahead, sails that one high and away. Trying to work out a 2-on, nobody out situation. Got Hudson Miles to fly out, but that drove in Valentine. McClellan had to stay at second, then a fly out by Riedling. Did not allow McClellan to advance either, and now check swing strike gets Moorhead ahead of the freshman Cade Hitson. Now 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second. Columbia State has scored a run, at least 1 run in every inning since the 4th. Moorhead will pirouette. He actually just turns inside towards second base. I just like to say pirouette. Does not throw, so that's his disengagement. 2-2 pitch. Slider just misses low and in. Great take by Hitson. He's 1 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a single and a run scored in the 4th. Ground ball foul on the full count. Ministries full count. Says Hitson is a sophomore, but it does not show any stats for him for Columbia State a year ago, so put those 2 things together, and I'm guessing he's a transfer. 3-2 pitch out to left field. That should be playable for Hoover. He's coming on hard. Drops in front and throw all the way to the plate. He's going to get McClellan for a 7-2 putout. Wow, I thought that ball was going to travel out to Hoover. He threw it all the way to the plate to nab McClellan. But that is a 7-2 in your scorebook if you're scoring at home to end the inning. Single to Cade Hitson. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. This is the, we'll keep it right here. I did not do our alumni spotlight, so we need to get to our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight. Normally do that in the middle of the 5th inning, but apparently I forgot. So let's get to Allie Cassidy donated a pallet of brick pavers for our alumni patio, and our alumni spotlight for today's game is James Flash Merritt, who played 1995, either 95 through 98 or 95 and 98. Not really sure what the 95/98 means on the brick that he has in the alumni patio, but thanks to James Flash Merritt for his donation. $100 all it takes. You can get your grandson or your son or nephew a brick paver and send me an email at treesesports@gmail.com and I'll send you the form to get that accomplished. We've had several of the families that have taken advantage of that, and I look forward to getting those bricks printed and personally putting them into the alumni patio. So thanks again to Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone. They've been around since 1879. My My pal, one of the owners, Randy West, and Keith Green, the division manager here at the Gallatin Yard, instrumental in that donation. Also, big shout out to Richard Waltz, the DM in Clarksville, father of Carter Waltz, as Easton Denning stands in against Jay Watson in the bottom of the 7th. VolState scored 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Took a 7-3 lead, hanging on right now to a 7-5 lead. Denning is 2 for 3 in the contest. He's got a single to right and a single to left. Has scored both times ahead of Gage Hoover's 2 home runs. Gage picked up his first home run in the 4th, backed it up with his second. There's a tapper up the middle. Hudson Miles charges, gloves, throws on the run, and he retires. Denning with a sparkling play. What a defensive effort. He played second base at Good Pasture. Carson Rucker played some short during that time. I want to think who was their shortstop for the majority of that time. Might have been Brendan Jones, who's now in the New York Yankees camp. I think Brendan is mostly an outfielder now in minor league baseball. Brendan Jones. Maybe he wasn't there with Hudson Miles as Gage Hoover's back at the plate, this time with nobody on. He has 5 RBIs in the game, and he is right now the shoe-in for the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Did not try to pull that inside breaking pitch, which is called a strike. Jay Watson came on in relief in the 5th inning, promptly gave up a 3-run homer to Hoover. Takes a healthy hack there and comes up empty. So he's got a home run sandwich going. Strikeout in the 2nd and now in the 7th with home runs in the middle. And the first 2 have been retired here in the 7th. That brings up Scotty Dean. He's 1 for 3 at a solo home run in the 4th. That was Dean's 2nd long ball of the year. Started to go after that one and held up on the fastball. That splits the plate. Strike 1. Left fielder Cade hits in play over to the right side and right. Tapper foul down the third base line. Jackson Riedling actually probably playing regular depth out there in right field. He might be a step or 2 back, but the ball, when it is going to right field, it is traveling. Left field, not so much, and that's why I'm kind of wondering why Hitson's playing as deep as he is. As that is inside corner, apparently up. Jay Watson looking into the dugout. Not sure if he thinks he's going to get a second opinion from any of his coaches. That's a pretty tough pitch right there to take for a strike, or take with 0-2 count. I wouldn't do it again. Scotty Dean take ball 2. On deck, Devin Thrain. Driven into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Hitson over to cut it off, and Dean with a 1-out or 2-out base hit. He's now 2 for 4. Devin Thrain stepping to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Drew a walk, stranded at third in the 6th. Now Carson Sanders is in the on-deck circle. What you want to do, you just want to pass it down. Thrain had a good hack at a good pitch there. VolState has gone back-to-back on the hits. They had 4 straight hits in the 4th, 3 straight hits in the 5th, looking to back it up, and they will. There's a ball down in the gap, and the Hitson will cut it off, but Dean's going to head to third. Devin Thrain thought about going to second, but he's going to scamper back to first. That's back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Thanks to Lem Pilkington, the Rawlings contact for the Pioneers. And runners at the corners brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Carson Sanders is due. 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch. First time he faced Jay Watson. Came in hitting .313, did Carson. Fouls that one straight back. These guys are getting some pretty good looks on some pitches from Watson. Just missing. Sanders with 10 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs, only 4 RBIs on the season. Now's the time to add to that number, even if it's just 1. The runner at third, 2 outs. That ball's going to get over the head of the catcher. Valentin's going to throw, and he's going to throw wildly to second base. And that will score Dean from third. Watson had to jump over Dean. Let's see what happened there. I think that crossed up Valentin. They're out there talking, or they had a little bit of a conversation. The replay there is that scores Dean and moves Thrain. Trying to see if is it a wild pitch or is it a it's a pitch. I mean, definitely was catchable by Valentin. So I don't know how they're going to score that officially. I'm going to put question mark there. That makes a difference as to whether or not that's an earned run or not. Swing and a miss, and Sanders down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Watson, and a big missed pitch there by Valentin gives the VolState Pioneers a run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the 8th. VolState leads 8-5. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Top of the 8th we go. 4, 5, and 6 for Columbia State to face Drew Moorhead. Out for his 2nd full inning of work. Came in relief of Eben Hansen, who went 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs that were earned, walked 2, struck out 9. That's his season high, and quite possibly, probably his career high. Moorhead delivers a breaking pitch on the outside corner for a called strike to Clint Seymour. You know what? I think I get him and Hitson confused. Seymour's the one who likes to swing at the first pitch. There's a changeup that catches that outside corner, and Moorhead is ahead on the cleanup hitter, who's 2 for 3. Clint Seymour came in hitting .375, and that batting average has gone up, and will regardless of what he does at this at-bat. See, I was an accounting major. I can do a little math, and I don't even have to take my shoes off or use a calculator. 1-2 pitch from Moorhead. That's going to have Seymour dancing at the plate. 2 goes, sails out, pops out of Scotty Dean's glove, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Drew Moorhead, one of the 4 members of the full count 242 group. 242 for the book of Acts 242. Smoked fair down the right field line, and that's going to mean extra bases for Seymour. Mashinsky digs it out of there and gets it back into the infield, but right between East and Denning and the fair line on the first base line, and Seymour is 3 for 4 with 2 extra base hits. He's gone double to left and now a double to right. That is fisted to blank. He's going to throw on the run. A nice play by Hudson. Arturo Rodriguez hit that. It sounded like he hit it off his hands.
Designated hitter, number 44, John Carter.
On the play, Seymour goes down to third. I thought he would be writhing in pain at the batter's box. He swung, but apparently he got some part of that bat on the ball, went down to blank at third base. He had to make another throw on the run. Folks, that kid right there, he can play second base, he can play third, he gets behind the plate, so he's a utility man. He makes third base look, especially on a charge and throw to first, he makes that play look easy. As Big John Carter's got an RBI single and 3 at-bats, and he takes a cut there. Moorhead and Carter were not teammates a year ago here for the Pioneers. Moorhead a freshman, and Carter, after redshirting here at VolState, transferred to Columbia State. Now with 8 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss. And Moorhead is ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I got 9 hits on my score sheet for the Chargers. Tried to nip at that outside corner and a little bit too wide. They have 8 hits up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Breaking pitch is popped up into shallow center field. On comes Thrain, and he's going to make the catch. They're going to send the runner. Throw to the plate is going to be late. And a sac fly for John Carter drives in another run.
Tyler
Now 2 outs. And 8-6 is Columbia State not going away here in this game. VolState needs 4 outs before they were to score 2 runs. Is that pitch? I don't know how it missed that front shoulder. The breaking pitch. Tyler Jenkins 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Stands in now with a 1-0 count. Tapped foul. Desi Ammons played for Dave Jarvis at Belmont University. Both former catchers. Jarvis in his 28th year, I believe. Came in 1997, right when Belmont was going from NAIA to Division I, as Jenkins swings and misses there. Dave Jarvis took over for the legendary Dave Witten at Belmont. Dave Witten was my coach there. And balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on. Moorhead trying to deposit. It's lifted out to center field. Thrain back, and now he's going to come in and make the catch for out number 3. Jenkins, who came in hitting 406, 0 for 3. But Columbia State scores again. That is 5 straight innings. 2, 4, 5 straight innings of runs scored, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. VolState leads 8-6.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Brady Nepper and the top of the order, Drew Plummer, to face Jay Watson. Watson has gone 2 1/3 innings so far of relief. Softly hit fly ball out to center field. That's going to get down in front of Jenkins. And Hudson Blank gets a leadoff single here in the 8th. Jenkins playing relatively deep out there in center field. Not come in and make that grab. And now Brady Nepper steps in. VolState with a 2-run lead. I don't know the signs. I'm going to guess there's a 50-50 chance that Brady Nepper is going to be squaring around the bunt. They're trying to check as Watson will throw over to first base. Now let's see if Jim McGuire makes a change. It looked to me like Brady was about to square around. Wouldn't be a huge surprise. He's got the bat on his shoulder, and he does square it around, and he's going to lay down a beautiful bunt to third. Nobody's covering third. They're going to go. Blank started to go to third. Great play by the catcher, Derek Valentine. They run down to cover third base quickly. The sack bunt laid down. Third baseman to, let's see who covered that. Is that the second baseman as Drew Plummer comes in? No, that's the first baseman who makes that play. So 5-3 on the sack. Route number 1, Blank, who saw that open base, started to go and then turned around and went back to throw from Rodriguez at first base was late. Plummer, looking for his first hit of the ball game, stands in. Grounds one down to third. Glove by Seymour. He looked the runner back, but not enough as Blank was off the base. And as soon as Seymour threw to first, he took off for third. So now with 2 outs, Blank is at third base. Plummer 0 for 4 with a walk and run score. Reed Mashinsky has 1 hit in 4 plate appearances. It's going to take a 2-out knock or maybe another wild pitch or pass ball. That's what it took last inning. Instead, sliced off the glove at first base into right field. Mashinsky will stop at first with an RBI single. Big run right there. Knocked in for VolState, and they lead by 3. Mashinsky with a slash to first base. He's now 2 for 5. That's 2 hits in the inning. Brings Easton Denning to the plate. He's 2 for 4. Go ahead and have you a big day, Easton. He hit a slow roller to the shortstop. He hits one high and deep out to right field. Back is Riedling, and he can't make the grab. He got a glove on it. Denning will pull into second base, and crossing home plate with the 10th run of the contest for VolState is Reed Mashinsky. Easton Denning, 3 for 5 and a couple of RBIs. He pulls into second base with his team leading 7th double of the year. Riedling got a glove on it, but he was right at the fence as VolState has gone back-to-back on hits, brought to you by Hit After Hit. They have 3 hits in the inning. Fly ball out to right field. Back goes Riedling. He is at the track. Gone! Gage Hoover with a 3-home run ball game. Just give him the Toyota of Gallatin Player of the Game plaque right now. Hoover, home runs 1, 2, and 3. 7 RBI game. Boom, and his teammates celebrate. Dr. T, the good luck charm up here in the press box. Back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. It's that Darryl Rogers hat you're wearing. Darryl, you're playing your part, buddy. You keep grinding away, multitasking as Scotty Dean backs away from the inside pitch from Jay Watson, has a little bit of a glare out there as there's a first-team All-American softball player that just walked up, Lydia Kirby. I mean, first-team All-American right there. Second in the nation in RBIs a year ago, Lydia Kirby from Alvaton, Kentucky. She talks to this guy's just to my right here a little bit. Old man Alec Tromke. 2-0 pitch to Scotty Dean. He hits one high out to right center or left center field. That's too high. But Tyler Jenkins is going to get under that and make the catch for out number 3. But Gage Hoover is having a game. He got a couple strikeouts, but when he puts the ball in play, it goes out of the yard. A 2-run home run to back up a 3-run home run that was following a 2-run home run in the 4th, 5th, and now 8th inning. VolState leads 12-6.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. 18 runs have been scored on my scorecard. See how many hits we got. 13 for the Pioneers. I've got 9 for Columbia State, so 23 hits. And we are actually about 2 hours and 17 minutes into this one as Derek Valentine swings and misses. Drew Moorhead trying to pick up the 3+ inning save here to give Eben Hansen his first victory, and Valentine swinging and missing. Eben Hansen came with an 0-1 record. This is his 5th start of the year. He's left several games, maybe every game, with the lead, as he did today. Trying to pick up the win, and Moorhead's now missed with the last 2 pitches to Valentin, who's 1 for 2. Single strikeout and a walk and a run scored. 2-2 pitch popped up and out of play into the parking lot to the left of Pioneer Field here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. So it's a good thing there's not a parking lot in right field. 4 home runs hit by the Pioneers today, 3 of them by Gage Hoover. 2-2 pitch stays inside. And Valentine looks at a full count Ministries full count. We'll have the full count Ministries verse of the game when this game is concluded. And there is ball 4 on a very close pitch on the outside corner. Second walk of the game by Moorhead, and it's the second time he's walked Valentine. We'll have a pinch hitter for Columbia State, Camden Vaughn, 5'10", 170-pound freshman from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Went to Forest High School, and now we'll have a trip to the mound by Trevor Mootsie. Give the particulars of our first-year pitching coach. Trevor from Shaw, Mississippi, is right-handed pitcher at Cumberland University. Got his master's in sports management from Cumberland in 2023. Was on the roster at Jacksonville State, pitched at Montlow State in the TCCAA. Last coached at Davidson Academy as the director of data analytics before coming over here to be the 4th pitching coach in 4 years for head coach Jim McGuire. Ross Spurgeon, Braden Kale, and Sam Folks, the first 3. Camden Vaughn, pinch hitting for Michael McClellan. A left-handed hitter, nobody out, swings at the first pitch that nearly hits him right into the midsection. He fouled that so it wouldn't hit him. Vaughn hitting 182, 4 hits and 22 plate appearances. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Desi Ammons, the head coach, hoping that he runs into one. He fouls that one off to the left side. He's quickly down in the count 0-2. VolState with 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, and a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. Seven RBIs. That's lifted out to center field. Devin Thrain is back. Now he's got to come in hard, and he makes the catch with the glove flipped over right about thigh high. He was fooled by that pitch, but you hit it to the left side of the field, that wind's going to hold it up. There's the first out. And VolState is a do-dat double play away from winning game 1. Going to be hard to turn. Hudson Miles runs very quickly. Swing and a miss by Miles. He's 1 for 3. Breaking pitch. There's a ground ball. Could be 2. Stepped on second for 1. Throw on to first. There's a do-dat double play. Just what the doctor ordered for the Pioneers, and this one belongs to VolState. That probably doesn't happen very often, but Hudson Miles just hit into the 6-3 double play to make a winner of Evan Hansen and pick up the 3rd save of the year for Drew Moorhead as VolState sets down the Columbia State Chargers in game 1, 12-6. We'll have the rest of the series beginning tomorrow at noon, right here on the VolState Sports Network. And Dr. T, you want to take this one? Who's the Toyota Gallatin player of the game, you think? You think maybe that left fielder hit 3 home runs, drove in 7? I'm telling you what, Gage Hoover might have his posse after me if I don't name him the player of the game. Gage Hoover is the Toyota Gallatin player of the game. Nobody more deserving this year than 7 RBIs, a 3-for-5 game, his first, second, and third home runs of the year as the Pioneers get back to even 3-3 in conference play, and Columbia State falls to 3-3 conference play. VolState picks up their 13th win on 4 losses. Columbia State falls to 7-12 overall. Winning pitcher Eben Hansen, he moves to 1-1. Losing pitcher is Jake Carden. He falls to 1-1. And Drew Moorhead picks up his 3rd save of the year, going 3 1/3 innings. See how many hits and runs Drew gave up. 3 hits, 2 runs in 3 1/3 innings. Walked 2. These are unofficial, of course. Till I get to my auditing, we got to have Ernst & Young audit it first. Did not strike out a batter, Drew Moorhead. No home runs for Columbia State as Drew faces 13 batters. Dr. T, the school president and athletic director Bobby Hudson, have now left the building. They've got to go shake some hands, kiss some babies. Appreciate Dr. T joining us here in the press box, becoming part of the press box gang. She enjoys the view from the press box, and I appreciate her being up here. The Pioneers get it done here in game 1, the 9-inning game. 12 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for VolState. 6 runs, 9 hits, I believe 0 errors for Columbia State. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It is found in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12. It says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." James 1, chapter 12 is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We thank Full Count Ministries for their use, for the use of their equipment for our road games. Got some of the cameras up here for use during the home games. Some equipment is still Full Count Ministries. I use that in my summer gig to broadcast Full Count Rhythm baseball. As a result of Full Count Rhythm, that's why I'm here now. That was the, what do I got now? 280th broadcast for VolState. It was my 196th for baseball. 511 now. That was a 94th win for Jim McGuire here at VolState against 72 losses. We are keeping count on a regular basis. VolState gets the win, 12-6, in a very exciting ball game. Congratulations again to Gage Hoover with a 3-home run outing. Scotty Dean goes 2 for 5. He had a solo shot and a single. He also scored 2 runs. Easton Denning, except for Gage Hoover, might have been another player under consideration. He was 3 for 5 in the contest, drove in 2, scored 3 times. As that middle of the 3, 4, and 5 hitters got it done for VolState today. 7, 9, 10 of the 12 RBIs driven in by 3, 4, and 5. Well, that'll do it from Pioneer Park at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex for the president, Dr. Wendy Tostenson, and athletic director Bobby Hudson. This is Tim Reese. Oh, don't let me forget head coach Jim McGuire. This is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for joining me today on the VolState Sports Network. We'll be back tomorrow at just a little bit before noon for game 1 of the doubleheader between these same 2 teams. Thank you again for joining us. It's been my pleasure to bring you VolState Pioneer Baseball.